Welcome everyone to our product webinar today. So priority support, the way I would look at priority support in all actuality is very similar to that Disneyland trip or an amusement park trip that you or your family might have went on. And that's the best analogy I can provide to you. Now, there's the main regular lines of priority, the regular tickets, support tickets that come into our high-level ecosystem. And then there's a priority channel. And what that does is allow you to jump in front of the line and move forward much rapid, much faster rate. Now, every once in a while, when you go to Disneyland, I don't know if you guys been there, every once in a while, you'll feel like you wasted some money because both lines are about the same size, or that ride is just not that busy, right? And but when it is more fruitful is when an issue comes up that nobody's seen, or there's a huge line of tickets that are there and you're able to jump in and not have to wait. So quite often you don't really figure out the benefits of priority support package unless you go through those scenarios of rollouts and tickets where you don't have to wait 2 to 3 days to get an answer. Okay, so I'm gonna go over a couple of benefits that are pretty crucial when it comes to this package. One is the time save. Obviously, it allows you to spend more time focusing on sales activities or account management instead of fixing bugs, or instead of trying to run down what is the right thing to do or figure out where the issue is coming from. The cost of the package itself is actually not at the per location basis. It's for the entire agency, which is a big thing that a lot of people misunderstand when it comes to priority support. The other thing is it gives you the confidence because you have a team behind you that allow you to truly scale when it comes to this, okay? And then you also get tech and strategic help in those priority sessions as well. Let's go over the numbers behind the investment, which is $297 monthly per agency, and it's not at the location level. So let's say you have 50 clients and you're paying $297. It comes down to about $6 per location in being able to answer your customers a whole lot faster when it comes to high level or anything related to high level or whatever you're set up. Okay, we actually don't directly talk to any of your customers or those sub accounts. We only deal with you at the agency level. But at the end of the day, the price comes down to about $5-6 if you have about 50 customers and you jump on a package like this. Obviously, it'll be more. If you look at it, if you just have 2 or 3 clients, then it might be too early to jump into priority support, but it really does come in handy as you scale. Now, how many of you guys or gals have ever thought about rolling out your own priority support package to your customers? Give me a 1 if that's something that you've ever considered. Here's something that I quite often hear with customers. Hey, like Paulson, I have to deal with these customers regardless and support them and spend time helping them onboard, helping them deal with user management, helping them deal with bugs or whatever it is. It makes sense if I just charge them for my services anyway. So even if you went to maybe $25 a location, you'll be able to make $2,500 if you had 100 accounts, right? Or 50 accounts at $50, right? Either way, one thing I recommend people doing is rolling out your own support packages and getting something like Freshdesk or Zendesk to be able to manage a lot of those tickets. It's not too hard to set up. It allows your customers to be able to submit tickets, and then internally you'll be able to prioritize which ticket come in based on the account type that they're falling under. One other thing about priority support I'll tell you is you have a lot of insurance in the middle of big rollouts, right? The times that you can see a lot of these tickets is quite often when high level ourselves roll out massive changes. And then if you have tickets, quite often you can get delayed for several days before somebody answers with the right help and things like that. But if you're on priority support around these big rollouts and you're trying to implement brand new things in your business, it allows you to not have to wait too long. I think on average, priority support tickets are answered in about 8 minutes or less, and that's a huge difference versus when the crowd comes in. And as we scale, just so you guys know, we're only at like 15 or 16,000 agencies today. And our plan is to get to 30 or 40,000 agencies by 2023. And even as you see us scale, you'll be able to see the difference in these rollouts and how quickly things can change. Now, if any of you are interested in having a strategy session with one of our account managers around it, you can always go to speakwith.us/consult, and one of us will be able to jump in and at least answer base level questions for you when it comes to priority support. What I want to do is create a more interactive setting right now and go through scenarios or any kind of questions that you guys all may have when it comes to priority support. Do we have any volunteers today? I see Scott, you're logged in on the couch resting. Let's see. I see Christian. I see a few people. Stephen, Sabina, do you guys have any questions on priority support that I can answer? I don't need to go through another 15 set of slides because these services are pretty self-explanatory. But what I want to do is bring some clarity to you when it comes to the service itself. Any
Hey,
questions?
Paulson,
Hey,
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey, buddy.
I can.
I didn't even realize I'd be on camera. I should have had my makeup on. Anyway, I totally want to have somebody help me with onboarding. That's like the biggest, I'm sure you hear from a lot of agency owners. That's like the biggest thing, is that I want to roll all that out, but good Lord, I know maybe a little bit more than the customer would know, plus I don't want to spend the time to try to onboard them. So I'm trying to consider a solution right now where I can tell my customers, hey, this is the solution, or this is the, this is what we're going to offer you. You're going to have, this type of support. We're going to have an onboarding call for you and rock on. And then I'm still involved, but I can't be dealing with that.
And how many
would high level support that, or do I need to go outside for that?
Yeah, I think you may have to go outside for that, depending on what it is that you're setting up. There are a lot of white labelers that'll onboard your SaaS clients and things like that for you. But I do know that a lot of them charge an arm and a leg for something like that. But here's what I would do, depending on what level you're in business. Like, if you don't mind me asking, how many customers are you serving right now?
Probably through, I have a whole different model of business right now, but I don't have them all through high level, but I probably have, I don't know, 60 or 70 regular customers.
Okay.
That buy from me every month. So I've got it. Anyway, that's what I have.
Okay. Do you have a team built out? Do you have like an account manager or a project manager that's working with you?
I have one guy that helps me out in Pakistan, and he's awesome.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just me.
Okay. So you definitely have a hiring need. If you're at like 60, 70 customers, you need a project manager or an account manager that's going to kind of work alongside you to do those onboardings. Now, with priority support that we're talking about today, we will be able to support that person that handles that onboarding for you in bugs or technical issues or any support tickets that may come up based on how they're servicing the customers, right? Same thing with your fulfillment person. If they have an issue of like, hey, workflow's not working or something got rolled out and then the screen doesn't look the same, this is where priority support comes in, is us supporting your team members. Now, here's what I recommend, Scott. I recommend, especially for SaaS, that you charge your customers, even if it's a minimal level of $10 or $15 for additional support, like, hey, submit a priority ticket to us if you have issue. It's definitely a revenue maker for a lot of the agencies now, like especially when they're past 50 accounts or more, they will usually roll out a priority support for themselves. But what we would do essentially is not necessarily do the onboarding for you for your customers, but we will support your staff in being able to provide those onboardings without any big issue. Also ongoing management, not just onboarding, right? Like ongoing management of them being able to use a platform. Hey, they can't, password reset's not working. Who do I talk to? And if we're in the middle of a rollout, you're looking at a 2 to 3 day turnaround versus an 8 minute response of somebody replying to you, quickly jumping on a call with you or whatever it is to be able to navigate that. So it really only matters when the lines are big in Disneyland. It's
Mhm.
not going to feel that great when both lines are kind of empty, right? That
Sure.
you're looking for something, but it comes in handy, especially on those onboardings.
Got it. Cool. Well, I appreciate it, Paulson. Thanks, man.
Yep. I see Bashir had unmuted himself. Bashir, do you have a question?
Thank you. Yeah, you explained me very well. Thank you so much. I have a different issues, so I think I work with the two agencies. I have a agency level access from both,
Okay.
and if I buy from one, can I get the support from the other one as well? Like, yeah.
So do you have your own high level account?
No, I don't have mine.
Okay, then
Uh,
this is for you yourself if you have your own high level account. So those agencies that you're working with, like they would have to reach out and sign up for their own priority support.
but I work with them like, as a manager. So
Okay.
I have to buy from both of the agencies, or I have
Yeah,
to buy
it's two
from one?
different agency accounts. Yep, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. So the priority support package is essentially done at the agency level, regardless of however many accounts you have. Let me
Mhm.
go back to sharing the screen. If you look at, let's see, um, the revenue opportunity, right? Even if you just charge like $25 per account, you can easily make a decent amount of money on expansion revenue when it comes to priority support for yourself, right? So let's say each one of those agencies one has maybe, you know, 25 accounts and the other has 100. That one could easily do, $500 a month, where the other one does 2,500 a month in additional revenue that they didn't see. And both of them, their costs will only be 297 to us, and we will help support both of those accounts separately, right? So it just depends on how you position it and how their customers are paying for that service. Now, do we jump into and do all the onboarding and fulfillment for you or with you? Not necessarily. We essentially will jump in and support you through it. If any of you have any questions when it comes to the package itself, maybe a detailed question about the technicality or the how the communication is done or things like that, I recommend you guys going to speakwith.us/consult, and you'll be able to jump on a quick call with one of our account managers and jump in and have your questions answered. But either way, if you have any other questions, just let us know. That's really all there is when it comes to priority support. On
I have one more question.
Sure.
So all of you represent the tech support is great. At times, I got somebody who was not able to answer the question that at that moment, but he reached out to somebody else, which they helped through the system,
Yeah.
the ticketing system. So if I get the priority support, do I get a different the expert level people who I get to reach out every time, or it's all say
Yeah,
exactly the same?
you're not gonna get like a dedicated account manager or anything like that, unless you're on our enterprise package, which we normally don't roll out that often. But with priority support, what you do get is speed. Okay, so the tickets will get escalated the same exact way that you're talking about. Is you submit a ticket, it goes to the expert in priority support. Let's say we have 5,000 tickets. The priority support customers and those agencies go to the top of the line of queue, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
just depends on how crowded the line could be based on the rollouts we have, but essentially everybody gets an expert at some point to solve their problems with a high level, like whatever it is, but it's just about how fast and how quickly you get to that person.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, guys and gals? It's hard to talk about this product when there's not anything more to it outside of its, being very self-explanatory. So I don't want to bore you with like 10, 15 slides on it. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and close out the session. If you have additional questions, just let us know. Again, for you to jump on a strategy session, it's speakwith.us/consult, or you can go to Marketplace and you'll be able to see priority support options and packages there that explains out a ton of things. Have a good rest of your afternoon. Take care.